Isaiah Walker, 16, loved football and video games. He also enjoyed spending time with his family. On January the 24th, 2024, Isaiah and his father, Carl Walker Jr., 51, were arguing about personal matters. They left together in Carl's vehicle. Shortly after, they were seen walking back to their residence. Carl pulled out a blick and shot Isaiah in the back of the head. Isaiah's father fled the scene on foot. Isaiah was discovered lying in the street unresponsive. He was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. The victim was declared dead 3 days after the incident. Carl is a convicted felon. Carl was arrested on March the 6th, 2024, and charged with murder, second degree, unlawful possession of a firearm, and armed criminal action. Carl confessed to killing his son during his interview. He is currently being held on a $500,000 cash-only bond. Isaiah was arguing with his father. He was arguing with his pops about personal matters, okay? And I'm wondering, what type of personal matter was they arguing about, okay? Was it disrespect? Okay, was it something that do with school? Something that he told him to do? Because this guy, this parent, he doesn't seem like, I'm not gonna say seem, he's not a responsible parent, okay? No responsible parent is gonna shoot their kid in the back of the head, okay? So, this guy was not a responsible parent, and it was something wrong with him, all right? And it says right here he was a convicted felon, okay? So he had no business owning a firearm, okay? And then on top of that, he shoots his son in the back of the head, okay? That's how idiotic and stupid this demon is, his father, okay? If that's what you want to call him, but I wouldn't even call him that, but I guess he is his father. So on this way home, his pop shot him in the head, okay? So there's something wrong with his pop's head, okay? Because it's nothing that we can argue about that's going to make me blick my own kid. It just doesn't make any sense, okay? Okay, so they left Carl's vehicle and came back walking, so his vehicle must have broke down, okay? Or they would have came back driving. So something went wrong with Pop's vehicle, and I don't know if he took, his car was raggedy, so he took that out on his son, because most people, cars don't break down where it can't drive anymore, okay? And they got to get out and start walking. Most people have insurance, stuff like that, that even if that did happen, they would send them a ride or a tow truck and all that good stuff. But this guy just got out and started walking, so I'm thinking that his father was broke, okay? Because if he wasn't, he wouldn't have been walking. He wouldn't have left his car and started walking home. Who does that? Who leaves their car and wherever and then just leave it and start walking away? I'll come back later and get that. Who does that? You leave at the same time your car leave. You don't leave your car in strange areas. So that was a red flag, okay? When Pops was leaving his car because it broke down, okay? And then all of a sudden, after his car broke down, he had to blick his son in the head, okay? And I'm willing to bet he was already angry because his car was raggedy and breaking down, all right? Now, this guy, to walk behind his son and shoot him in the back of the head, this guy was a coward, okay? He was a coward, okay? He couldn't face his son. He had to come from behind his head and shoot him. He shouldn't have been shooting his son in the first place, but the way he shot him was a cowardly way, all right? He's gonna come up from behind his head. Oh, here I come, son. I'm right behind you. Then he pulls out a 45 and shoots his son in the back of the head. This Carl guy is about as sick as it gets, all right? Now, Carl, niggas like Carl give black people a bad name, okay? He's just an embarrassment to the black community, and he's the opposite of black excellent. He's black trash, and he needs to be locked up forever, okay? Put him on in the booty house and let him live the rest of his years there. He's 51. He had enough time out here to do everything he needed to do, okay? He barely have any black hairs left on his face. He done lived his life, all right? And he was blessed with a son. A lot of people prayed and really hoped for a son. He was blessed with one, and he shot him in the back of the head because he didn't give a fuck about him or life, okay? So he shot his son in the back of the head because, like I said, this guy, he gave up on life a long time ago, and he figured, I'm old, I'm washed, I'm dusty, probably jealous of his son. Let me take him down too. This nigga ain't about to do nothing. It's over with. And this guy, like I said, he's in a booty house. He needs to be there forever, okay? He needs to be providing. He needs to provide America with his cheap labor, and we're talking about what about 1 or 2 cents a day, okay, for the rest of his life, or either just staying in your cell all day if you don't want to work, because it's a benefit just getting out of your cell to work. They shouldn't even pay them to work, okay? They should be working for free, and I'm sure it's a lot of them in there that are just working for free, okay? You work for free, you learn how to do this skill, and that's your pay, learning how to do this skill, okay? So this guy, he needs to be working in the penitentiary forever, okay? And he don't need to work like around any places where he could like hurt people, like in the kitchen where he could like do something to the food, He don't need to be working in the he don't need to work like in the kitchen where he could like poison the food. He don't need to work anywhere where he can cause damage to anybody, all right? He need to like clean the toilets and stuff like that, okay? If not cleaning the toilets, let him weld or whatever they do, but you gotta watch giving him heavy equipment because this guy is crazy, all right? He's out of his mind, all right? And when he get to prison and they say, hey, what's that paperwork? Let me see your paperwork. Why you in here, dude? And they get to his paperwork. They say, oh, you shot your son in the back of the head? Man, this dude. Go on over there, man. Go on over there. Okay? Now, this guy, Carl Walker Jr., he's a demonic parent, all right? And he probably been demonic the whole time he been a parent, and his kid just didn't know that his dad was a demon, all right? His dad was a demonic demon, all right? And he'd had no business even owning a gun, all right? And on top of that, he was a bad role model. So it ain't no telling what he taught this young kid. Probably all the bad stuff in life, okay? All the bad things to do, Type of dad did not teach his kid how to drive. So, I can't teach you how to drive, I'm busy. Or teach him how to drive in a stolen car. The dude is just demonic, all right? And I'm willing to bet not only was he demonic, he was more than likely a gang member too, okay? The pops. Because when kids are like, when parents don't care about their kids, they're demonic. Most of the time, they're gang members. They're people that love the streets more than they love their kids, love their drugs more than they love their kids. And these are the people that abuse kids, people that really don't want their kids, okay? And there's a lot of people out there like that have kids and they don't love their kids. It's just their kid. And this was a perfect example. This guy, he didn't love his son because no parent that loves his son is going to shoot him in the back of the head, all right? So this parent was nothing but just demonic scum, all right? Now he fled the scene after he shot his son in the back of the head and left his son there dying in the street, all right? And it took 3 days before his son died. He was fighting for his life, all right? So it wasn't that like he instantly died, It was nothing like that. So this dad is just like about as demonic as it gets, okay? And then he fled the scene and did the race for about a month and a half. So somebody was keeping this man in their house, feeding this man and doing all this for this man, even though he blicked his son. And more than likely it was probably a family member or probably some drug addict lady that he'd be over there with doing drugs with. She probably didn't know. But 12 found out and they went on ahead and scooped him up, okay? Now, like I said, this dude did the race for a month and a half, and he was actually trying to stay on the run as long as possible after blicking his son. Okay, like I said, this guy is just like just an embarrassment to the black community. I'm out of here.